The attic was dusty, air thick with the smell of decay. Detective Miller squinted, his flashlight beam dancing across cobwebs and forgotten relics. He spotted it wedged between a chipped porcelain doll and a rusted tricycle, a leather-bound diary, its pages yellowed with time. The name embossed on the cover sent chills down his spine: Samuel Moore, the prime suspect in a string of unsolved murders. Miller's fingers trembled as he opened the diary. The first entry was dated 5 years prior. A month before the first victim, Emily Carter, was found strangled in her apartment. He read on, his unease turning to dread. The words swam before him, painting a gruesome picture of Emily's last moments. The details were chillingly accurate, too accurate for comfort. He flipped through the pages, his heart pounding in his chest. Each entry corresponded to a murder, the descriptions matching the modus operandi with eerie precision. The diary was a macabre chronicle of death, a testament to Samuel Moore's depravity, or so it seemed. A knot of dread tightened in Miller's stomach as he read Samuel's supposed confession about Emily. Her laughter grated on my nerves, had to be silenced. The words were scrawled in a hurried hand, filled with a chilling detachment. The next entry detailed the murder of John Baker, found drowned in his bathtub. He looked almost peaceful, submerged, like a man finally at rest. Each entry sent a fresh wave of nausea through Miller. The diary painted a picture of a cold, calculating killer reveling in the gruesome details of his crimes. It was the missing piece of the puzzle, the undeniable proof of Samuel Moore's guilt. The prosecutor was going to love this. Miller continued reading, eager to unearth more of Samuel's depravity, but then he stumbled upon a discrepancy. An entry dated 3 years in the future described the murder of a local librarian, Mrs. Henderson. The details were as vivid and unsettling as the others, but something wasn't right. Mrs. Henderson was still alive and well. He flipped ahead, his brow furrowed in confusion. Another entry, this one dated a year from now, detailed the murder of a young artist. The method a chilling echo of a past case. Yet the victim was still alive, still painting in her sun-drenched studio. A terrifying thought crept into Miller's mind. What if these weren't confessions, but predictions? The realization hit Miller like a bolt of lightning. Samuel Moore wasn't confessing, he was being framed. Someone was using this diary to orchestrate his downfall, to manipulate the investigation, to make him look guilty of crimes yet to be committed. But who would go to such lengths, and how could they know the future? He reread the diary entries, this time searching for clues, for any hint of the puppet master behind this twisted game. His eyes fell on a recurring motif, a seemingly insignificant detail mentioned in each entry. A blue scarf with silver stars. It was the same scarf worn by Emily Carter, John Baker, and all the other victims. And then it hit him. The scarf wasn't just a detail, it was a signature. The signature of someone very close to the investigation. Someone who had access to the victims, someone who had been feeding him information all along. The answer was right there in front of him, hiding in plain sight. He slammed the diary shut, his blood running cold. It wasn't Samuel Moore he needed to worry about, but the real monster lurking in the shadows.